But it's like with the McTominay thing, and I'm like, I'm alright with Sean Longstaff, you know. I'm alright. Like,
No, but listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Right, two things. The first thing, we're preparing for next season, so
mhm.
Longstaff can't do it all by himself. As much as
No,
he's,
no.
he man, he's the Mr. Geordie boy. He's like Forrest Gump. I call him the Geordie Darren Fletcher, but he can't do it all by himself. So we need to have some strength and depth. Now McTominay, that link is not going anywhere, and I know Eddie Howe loves his British players, but when I'm seeing the 50 million price tag, I'm like, whoa, whoa! Like, are they trying? They're trying to bump us. They know we've got money, yeah, but we're not stupid. Like, I'm not trying to be mega disrespectful to McTominay because he's had a little purple patch. Maybe call it pink, maybe not purple, but 50 mil. Pete, help me out here, bro. 50 mil.
Look, you know as well as I do that's got the Newcastle tax written all over it. There's no way that anyone in Europe's paid 50 million for Scott McTominay. And you know what? If they are, they must have more money than Newcastle do, because there ain't no way that anyone's paid that sort of money. You wait. He'll probably get his move in the summer. It won't be to Newcastle, and it'll probably be at least half of what has been quoted. And Man U will still see that as a good bit of business. So look, for me, the links are there. Does Harry? What am I saying, Harry? Or does Eddie Howe rate Scott McTominay? Yes, I think he does. I think he's on the list. But for me, I think he's way down the list.
Page 10. Page 10.
Yeah, I would say, and this is just my own opinion, I would say there's probably at least 7 or 8, maybe 9 other midfielders he'd probably go for ahead of him. You got to remember, we're not dealing with our old regime now. We've got a regime now that have got big pockets, but they've got big scouting networks. You guys have just seen over the last couple of weeks the new scouts and the new direction, the new team that they're putting together. They're looking far and wide for players all over the world. Players that we haven't even heard we've been linked with, will be linked with, no doubts. So Scott McTominay, nah, not for me.
Rumby, what are you saying? Because I know you're a Longstaff lover, man. Like he's like your adopted son, man. The amount of times you keep defending him in the group chat, man. Come on.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I peaked game in it. Man United are broke in it. So they're trying to get us to fund their new revolution. Ain't gonna happen. Not with Scott McTominay. Hell no. Got nothing against him. He's decent. For squad depth, the problem is, like, when you say for squad depth, he's not even a starter for me. Like, he doesn't come into our team and start. So if we're looking, like you said, we're trying to level up. So if we're trying to get another midfielder in, he has to be able to start over Longstaff. And that's the level. Do you see what I'm saying? And I don't feel McTominay brings that. You know, if they want to give us Casemiro for 50 million, all right, cool, we'll do that. we can talk business then, but not Scotty boy. You know, that's just not. I watched him against Newcastle. Come on, man. I was like,
non-existent.
What?
I seen it in the flesh. Longstaff versus McTominay. There was only one winner there, and it definitely wasn't McTominay. Like, I barely knew he was playing. Like,
yeah, me too.
He's a ghost. So this 50 million price tag is crazy. I think tops I would pay is 20, and that's generous. Like 20 million tops. I don't know where they're getting this 50 million.
You know what? Scott McTominay was when we brought in Wood. That was that phase. He could have got in then. You know, when we brought in Wood and who else did we bring in? Dan Burn, and those people were like, really? That's what they're bringing in? He could have got in then. Now we're going for names you can't pronounce. You see what I'm saying? They're foreign names. Luswanta, you know them ones with the hyphen. We're going for the hyphen brothers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Scott McTominay just ain't gonna cut it. Listen, I don't even understand the Mason Mount, but not a Scott McTominay.
Craig saying 50 million lira.
Yes, Craig.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree with that one. Yeah, like McTominay, I don't know where they're getting this 50 million price tag. Look, I get it. He fits the mold in terms of what Eddie Howe loves. No, but he loves a British player. Come on, don't do that for me. You know he loves.
Do you know what? I feel like people have misunderstood Eddie, you know. Eddie did tools with what he has. I'm like, Eddie's like, y'all don't even know me yet. I'm about to get match step over players in. Like, this is just what I had. Like, I'm about to level up, bro, on another level. Like, I think people are sleeping on Eddie.
No, come on. think about it. Look, Pete. Look, if we're playing, when we're playing Champions League football next season, I'm gonna say when, not if. When. Sorry, forgive me. Yeah, when we're playing Champions League football next season, we're gonna have to rotate the squad. I know we're hell bent on this. Like most of the time, we play with the same players week in, week out. These guys are getting tired, man. So we're gonna have to sub someone in. And
rotate is Sean Longstaff. That's the rotate. The person we bring in is the name, and that's not Scott McTominay. You see what I'm saying? I can pronounce that too easy. I want to be able to. Do you know how long it took me to pronounce Bruno Guimaraes? I had to practice that, bro. That's the kind of names I'm looking for.
I still have to practice it now. That's why I say Bruno. Get Bruno in.
Bruno G. Just call him Bruno G. I'm doing that. I want them kind of names, not Scott McTominay. That shit rolls off the tongue too easy.
No, you're right. You're right. It's a squad game, but as Funmi said, you want your current players to become the backup players to your team next season. And let's face it, if we're playing Champions League football, we need Champions League ready players. It's as simple as that. And so that's where the squad needs to be beefed up. So look, I'm expecting at least, I said to you boys, 3, maybe 4 big, I'm talking like 40, 50 million signings where we're just blowing teams out the water. You know what? We might even sign 2 in one day. Why not? Let's do 100 million in a day. I'm looking for those types of players that are coming in, but will be then buffered by 1 or 2 of those squad type players, because we're not going to go out and spend 300 million. We could. Nah. We got the money. We could go do a Chelsea. We could probably double what Chelsea did. You know what I mean? We've got the money to do it, but we're not going to do that. So we're going to play it smart. It's going to be a really, really interesting summer. But as you said, Clint, when we get Champions League football, all bets are off for players. Honestly, all bets are off, because I tell you what, it shows that Newcastle are at the head of the table, and when we're there, players, agents, they're going to listen. They're going to want to know what Newcastle United are saying before they confirm where their client's going to go to. That's
Pete, it's going to be them ones where the players are writing in saying they're going to be missing training, bro. We're going to cause a lot of players to skip training, Robert. Writing in letters saying they got 10 cousins in Africa they have to feed. Newcastle's been their dream.
Yeah, you know what?
That's where we're going, bro.
For a lot of those players that we're linked with, their preseason doesn't start July the 1st. It starts July the 4th because they ain't going training. They're going to want to know what we're saying, because their first preseason training is going to want to be with us, not with their current club. So there's going to be a lot of unhappy managers coming back on July the 1st, because people are going to want to hear what we've got to say.
Listen,
and we were mugged off last season, you know. We were mugged off last season. Them man thought it was a 10th, 7th thing. I don't want to play in the conference. That's why they mugged us off. Top 4, you know.
Top 4, you know. Wow.
There you go.
You've
got. Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, I'm still thinking we could get Tielemans. I think Tielemans is a safe bet for me. I know you're talking about the foreign name that you can't pronounce, but
but I'm sure. I can't pronounce that either. That's all right. That's all right. Now we're talking. I can see the vision in that. Tielemans immediately puts stuff on the bench. Immediately. I can see that. You understand?
It makes sense because, again, like, if Tielemans comes in, he saves us a transfer fee. Yes, we'll probably be paying a little bit more over the odds in wages, but again, it's a level up from McTominay. I'm sorry, Man United fans, are you listening? It's a level up for sure. And then again, it allows us to spend big. More than 2 levels, and then again it allows us to spend big in other positions as well. I'm just gonna go to the comment section. Craig is dreaming big here, man. He said, and Jude Bellingham, boy, can play all the positions, could rotate it with Bruno. We're playing with Bruno. Seriously, if he's coming to the Premier League, there's only us or City. Dream big. I like that, Craig. You're dreaming big, man. That's what you got to do. You got.
Hey, we put in a bid for Bellingham, yeah. Everyone's gonna jump on us. Everyone, even I'm gonna jump. I'll make a bid on FIFA. That's how mad that will cause a stir. They'll say, hell no. They'll fight us to the end for that.
Craig, putting that comment on, I seen the stars in their eyes when you popped over the screen. The
Hey,
stars.
Pete,
Listen,
I've been low key saying it. Yeah, imagine we go and put in a bid for Jude Bellingham. Just mess up the whole transfer market. Imagine
wait,
that.
for me, got a question for you. It said, "Can you say Bellingham?"
I gotta practice that. Bellingham, is it with a loud G or is it a silent G?
Yeah.